If you pay close attention, you might have noticed that I'm not in my normal lair. The audio levels are getting wacky. What's going on here? So, it seems like the mic is a bit on the fritz here, so I got you with that Decepticon intro. I could edit it out, but I'm not gonna. Anyway, I just saw the big news. Little man going to the big house. Jack Doherty got arrested. You ever seen a grown man hit the hot dog? Yep. Jack Doherty in jail. Jack Doherty in jail. Barbecue chicken alert. Oh my God, what amazing news. So yeah, the astute observers out there, you noticed I'm not in my normal dungeon, my normal troglodyte cave dwelling ways. I'm right now at a hotel. I said Once Upon a Time in Hollywood isn't my favorite film, so I've had to go into hiding. That audio solution I cooked up there wasn't a whole lot better, so I'm going to try this. I'm talking to you through here, but I'm looking at you through here. Isn't that incredible? The 21st century technology capabilities we have. Mind-boggling stuff. Anyway, I'm here in Orlando at the Vans Warped Tour. We're partnered with the Vans Warped Tour here at Cheeky, so we have a big booth set up. If you're here, feel free to come stop by, get some free soap, win some soap, or just go to usecheeky.com and buy yourself some soap. We got a solo leveling collab that just came out. Best soap in the universe. But anyway, I peeled myself away from the event so I could come in here into this nice, wonderful dojo and just yap about some great news I just found out about Jack Doherty going to the Slammer. It is incredible stuff. When I saw the headlines, it reminded me of that feeling I got when I first received the text from a girl inviting me to stay the night. Butterflies in my stomach and a little bit of cum in my pants. This is a great day. So let's go ahead and look at the arrest footage together, and then we'll dive a bit more into the spaghetti and the meatballs about what actually unfolded to lead to such a miraculous series of events.
What? No.
I got him.
Hey, yo, you don't want to go neither. Back up.
I'm just saying I got it.
Back up. Don't worry about it. Back up.
Yo,
Back up.
yo. Where you going? You back up?
Chill. Go to the sidewalk now. Go to the sidewalk now. You want to go with him?
You want to be fucking funny?
Go to the sidewalk now.
You want to be funny? You say to get on the street, go on the fucking street. I know who the fuck you think you are, bro. No, you're fucking not.
He was trying.
After I fucking do this, who the fuck are you, bro?
I was trying to walk up the street for the
Doesn't matter, bro. All you had to do was get in the fucking sidewalk. That's it. And you want to be fucking funny. That's it, bro.
Free JD. Free JD. You're great.
He's trying to make a video.
Everything gotta be some goddamn content, man.
What? No.
If that doesn't put a smile on your face, nothing will. That would make even the Grinch's heart grow 3 sizes, seeing that arrest footage there. The officer repeating, "Who the fuck are you?" right to Jack Doherty's little face there. I know that was soul-crushing. That was a dagger. That was a wooden stake through the vampire's heart, hearing the officer just bitch on him like that in the arrest footage. But yeah, anyway, Sack Dorky here, 22, which, by the way, what a brutal existence being 22 years old and looking like that. Goober still looks like he puts his teeth under his pillow waiting for the tooth fairy to leave him a quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if this dude's asking for the coloring sheets at restaurants that he pays visits to. Even his mugshot, he looks like he's posing for the middle school yearbook or something. This guy just super sucks, and he literally looks like a baby man. It's got to be awful. It's actually just got to be truly terrible. But anyway, he was charged with possession of a controlled substance, possession of marijuana, and resisting an officer without violence, according to the online booking records. The charging records accused Doherty of possessing amphetamine as well. So it's all drug charges. I haven't passed the bar, so I don't know how serious all of this is. All I'm saying is I think we can pump these numbers up a little bit here, get some more charges on the books here. I think it requires a further investigation. There's a good chance he was transporting uranium-235 in his prison wallet. All I'm saying is we've got to take a peek. I definitely think there's some more charges we can find to slap on there for sure. Maybe there's some rumors of Jack Doherty looking to steal the Declaration of Independence for some content. The Miami Beach Police Department remains steadfast in its commitment to maintain public safety and order throughout the city regardless of celebrity status, is what the agency said in response to all this. It's very cute that they say celebrity status because Jack is not a celebrity. He is a knuckle sandwich magnate. I guess he's very popular for eating fists, but he's not really a celebrity per se. He's just this public spittoon everyone likes to take turns spitting on. The department will continue to take proactive enforcement against action against behavior that endangers residents, visitors, or officers and will hold all individuals accountable under the law. As for the series of fortunate events that led to this, apparently him and the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse were blocking traffic, but since Jack is the leader of the goof troop, he wanted to take things a bit further and flew a bit too close to the sun like Icarus here. Around 3:12 a.m. Saturday, Miami Beach police officers were conducting a high-visibility detail when a group of individuals entered the roadway from the east sidewalk into northbound lanes. A man from the group, identified as Doherty, separated from them and attempted to engage officers to create video content, positioning himself in the middle of the roadway with passing vehicular traffic and creating a significant safety hazard. I just can never understand. I can't wrap my noodle around Jack's persistence to like try and present himself as a tough guy, where he's even going to puff his chest out at police officers and then hide behind his security. That's become his like go-to strategy. That is his anime finishing move. He causes a ruckus and then hides behind his much larger men that are paid to protect him. Like the people that are paid to put up with him are the ones that he just tries to hide behind while slinging insults and just being a douchebag. And that did not fly here with the officers. So in an effort to clip farm here by I don't know, trying to be a big man on the officers and then hide behind his security guards, he ends up getting arrested and then charged with a lot of ancillary drug charges as well that they happen to found. So they began issuing multiple commands to get him off the roadway, but he kept refusing. Even his group was apparently urging him to comply, like they were tugging on his nipples, like, Jack, come on, we got to get back there, please. But he was just so fixated on trying to get just a crumb of attention out of all of this for his god-awful content. They continue warning him that he would be arrested if he continues. And his response was apparently, once I'm done with this bet, which is a fucking stupid bet in the first place, just go play in traffic. That bet is someone hoping that you'll get yourself killed. And Jack doesn't realize that. Miami Beach police safely apprehended him in the middle of the road. And due to his deliberate refusal to follow lawful orders and continue to obstruct traffic. They then searched his person, found half an orange oval-shaped pill with 3 imprints on it, consistent with Schedule 2 amphetamine, as well as a black plastic container holding 3 hand-rolled suspected cannabis cigarettes weighing approximately 4 grams combined. So they got him. That's enough to put him away there for a little bit. They posted his bond. I don't know if he's made bail or not yet. I'd always heard rumors that Jack actually doesn't have any money left, and since I haven't read anything about him being bailed out, maybe that's very true. Maybe all of his money goes into drugs and his security guards to hide behind. I don't know. What I do know, though, is that this is a feel-good story. This is one of those things that's gonna make you smile, and I think that's a wonderful thing. Jack, this might actually be the best thing he's ever done. They were saying that he was doing this as like a joke or something earlier, but he's never made a good joke in his life until today. The closest thing he'd come to making me laugh in the past was when he crashed his McLaren, but this one was special. He had me giggling, so thank you, Jack. The only thing I wish is that you had waited for me to get home so I could properly make a video about this instead of having to just, come together and haphazardly throw some shit here to try and make something on it. If you don't mind, when you do get out of jail, could you do it again, please, an encore performance and go back? So that way I can do it from my comfortable home setup instead of this. But anyway, thanks again, Miami Police Department, for arresting Jack Doherty. Great stuff. Excellent work, officers. And Jack, fuck you. Good stuff. Just wanted to share this with everyone. All right, I'm going back to the Vans Warped Tour. That's about it. See ya. The wacky wild world of TikTok live streaming is a fascinating beast. It is a demon. One of the biggest types of streams on TikTok, at least as I understand it, is begging streams, where people will just go live and just beg for money. Like, please donate a galaxy right now. If you don't donate a galaxy right now, I'm gonna put my corgi in a headlock until it passes out to save my corgi's life with galaxies. Not quite to that level. I'm exaggerating, but it's just basically things of people saying, I need this money, please give me this money, I want this money, give me this money. And then, of course, the old-fashioned NPC streams that were the trend for a while. Like, ooh, popcorn so yummy, roses, that kind of thing. It is still very popular. It is still very degenerate. And today, Matt sent me a clip of a TikTok begging streamer who was spinning this tall tale of fibs about his living situation at home being so bad, and he's crying on stream, asking all of his followers to just give him some money so he can get out from his mom's clutches. And then his mom comes in, and it paints a very different picture about what's actually going on here.
Just trying to make money in general. To be able to go, Mackenzie, hate you. No, get out. Now.
I just got a phone call. I just got a phone call from somebody said you was in your room, you was on TikTok, and you said you had to get out by tomorrow.
Go. Out. Go. Go.
Said you was in
Out.
your room crying.
Out. Go.
I have not told you yet.
I just told you to go. Mama, go.
I told you.
Go.
Jeepers! Uh-oh, zoinks! Barbecue chicken alert! Barbecue chicken alert! It looks like we got a huge fucking liar on our hands here. Who could have seen this coming? It seems as though this is all phony baloney horseradish here. It's looking like it's all fake. It's all make-believe here, like Santa Claus. It seems like these tears might be performative. It doesn't seem as though he's actually in a dire situation with a wretched bitch of a mother who's one day away from kicking his ass out onto the street in the rain and cold unless all the people on TikTok start giving him some doubloons. Seems like it all could have just been fake here to scam people on TikTok, if you can believe it. I know, a crazy notion, a wild accusation, but I think there's a lot of evidence to support the claim. I also gotta say, his acting here is lackluster. This is pitiful. It's very clear he is an amateur. He did not attend the prestigious academy of Charles White's School for Method Acting, because if he was trained under my techniques, such as what I displayed in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, he'd be having snot all over the place and there'd be poop in his pants. It would be the most convincing crying/begging you'd ever seen in your life. And this is just not that. This is very rookie crying tears. This is something you'd see in like a first-year thespian troupe in the fucking drama club. Terrible, terrible acting. My heart breaks for his mother here. She comes in after learning that her son is now crying on TikTok, begging for money, using her as the villain, and how, like, she's so evil, this and that, and now he's crying, inconsolable. Well, not inconsolable, you can console him with money. In fact, that's the only way to heal his broken heart. And she learns this information, and she comes into his room, not aggressively or anything, she comes in very confused, wondering why. She's talking about how he never said that, like, she wasn't threatening to kick him out or anything. Where is this coming from? She looks devastated to see her son doing this and saying these things about her. She doesn't raise her voice. She doesn't even seem like infuriated or mad. She just seems really saddened by it, like very upset that this is what her son is doing and what her son is saying about her. And it's clear he knows that his goose just got cooked, because he immediately, the tears dry up instantly. It's a miracle. He immediately snaps to it and starts to panic, telling her to get out, being very callous, being very rude to her, telling her get out and even pushing her out, like shoving her out the door so he can continue to go back to his begging stream here. And you can see in the chat, people are immediately alerted that this is fake. But since it's TikTok, there are some people whose brains are so poisoned, they are so far gone that I don't even think they're sentient anymore. They're hardly lucid. So there are people that are donating money to him even while he is pushing his mother out, even after he has been fully caught with his pants down here in this lie, in this performative fake cry begging stream for money. There are still people showering him with money. That is pathetic. I think those people are more pathetic than he is, actually. That is crazy to me. How someone would see this and still give him money. Like, I don't understand. What must be wrong in your life? What must have disconnected? Like, how many neurons must you have wasted away with fucking whippets or something to somehow watch this live under your nose in front of your own peepers and still be like, oh my god, I need to give this guy some money. He deserves some money. Look at his mother. His mother came into his room without even knocking. She didn't even knock. Oh my god, it's even worse than I thought. Here, quick, take a galaxy. Take 20 roses and a fucking dumbbell and some bubblegum. It's just preposterous. Now, I tried to look more into this guy to see, well, what happened next. Apparently, this is a pretty old clip. I can't actually find the genesis of it. It's only just now, like, blowing up, but apparently this happened a while ago. and it was not like blown up or anything, so like that stream may have, tanked, went straight into the shithole there for him, but it didn't matter because he was able to just keep doing it, apparently, because the people in his audience, maybe they missed the stream, and I guess within like a couple days, it had just fizzled out, and the people that watch him didn't really give a shit anymore. I don't know if he went back to doing more begging streams. My guess would be that he probably did, because on TikTok, people, they don't even remember what they ate for breakfast. Like, within a day or two, he had already apparently been totally fine. Like, his audience, it's not like they were upset at him anymore. Like, he could just go back to doing begging streams, fake crying for money on TikTok lives. Something that I remember being pretty common on TikTok Live is people just looping the same streams over and over and over again, used forever. So even though it's not like technically live or anything, you just keep spamming that stream, hoping to collect some cash passively. He could do the same thing with the begging stream. He could even use that same stream all the way up until his mother opens that door. Like, he doesn't, it didn't matter, is what I'm trying to say. On TikTok, he can just continue to do these begging streams till the fucking cows come home. And it is a very popular branch of content on TikTok. And maybe someone finds that stream that don't know that he's making it all up and it's all fake. So then they just get scammed out of this money here. These are always particularly disgusting because you are exploiting people's willingness to be kind and help. Like, these are people that are seeing him cry, hear about a situation that is clearly made up now in hindsight. Like, it's not real, but they don't know that in the moment, and they want to try and extend a hand to help him, to help someone that they believe is in need. So they're exploiting that generosity. It's just gross. It's just super gross. And I looked at his current account. I don't think it's the same account that he was doing the begging streams on. I think he probably did make a new one here. And basically the only thing he posts about now are his truck and his girlfriend. I don't know if he still does the begging streams, but looking at his recent content, it's like a lot of videos of his truck and how much he loves that truck, and also his girlfriend, and how if anyone, touches his girlfriend, they'll have to deal with the demon inside of him, that kind of thing. So maybe he stopped doing begging streams, I couldn't tell you. But this shit is just so unbelievably cringe. Anyway, just wanted to yap about it a little bit. I feel really sorry for his mother. I really do. She looked very, very sad to see what he was saying, to learn about what was going on there. Anyway, though, that's really about it. So, yep. This is one of the more infuriating stories I've seen in recent times. The injustice here is just unfathomable. Meet Jesse Butler. He is a rapist. Jesse is an 18-year-old that was facing 78 years in prison for heinous crimes, including 10 allegations, including rape, battery by strangulation, rape by instrumentation, and domestic assault involving 2 women. He pled no contest to these charges. The evidence is overwhelming. It is irrefutable that he is guilty of these crimes he was charged. There's photo evidence. There is even a video Jesse himself took of him strangling one of his victims till they passed out. There is more proof that Jesse Butler is guilty of all of this rape than there is proof that the sky is blue. This is not a matter of him like weaseling his way out of these charges because they were able to muddy the water or something. He literally pled no contest to them. So you would think this would be a slam dunk case to lock a monster away. I think every sane person in this country would hear this story, learn about Jesse Butler, and agree this is just pure evil and there is no reason at all he should be anywhere but behind bars. But we have to remember, not everyone is sane. And some of these people that have a fucking screw loose are also in positions of power, and in this case, a judge. A judge named Susan C. Worthington in Payne County, Oklahoma, who is just a fucking troglodyte homunculus, it seems, that decided that Jesse Butler shouldn't be going to jail for these crimes. No. Susan C. Worthington rolled up her sleeves and ultimately decided that the punishment that fits the crime in this case is a teensy tiny bit of community service with a 1-2 punch of rehab. That is the justice that Susan C. Worthington brought to the victims of this rapist. This guy will not see a prison cell. He is still going to be a free man, even after pleading no contest to these heinous, vile crimes. He is a rapist. And this judge, Susan C. Worthington, has said, that's okay. Well, it's nothing we can't fix here with a little bit of tender love and care and a bit of elbow grease with some community and service. Now, to be clear here, and keep in mind I'm still a little, new to understanding how a lot of this shit works with my fucking Neanderthal brain here. But as I understand it, this wasn't Susan C. Worthington's proposal or anything. This was a plea deal that was reached and was put in front of Susan. She granted it, but she had the ability to reject it. A judge can reject a plea, and especially in a case like this, that would have been the right thing to do. This is a monster that under no circumstances should be afforded this kind of deal. This is someone that should not be able to weasel their way back into society. They are a danger, a menace to everyone around them. So while Susan may not have been the one to theory craft this whole community service and rehab idea, she did agree with it ultimately, that this is the right course of action. So by granting this, to me, that is her putting her stamp of approval on it, that this, in her eyes, is justice. It is fucking unhinged. I think Susan C. Worthington needs to be investigated ASAP. This is protecting a rapist. And there is a body cam of when Jesse Butler was taken into custody, and his mother is very supportive of Jesse, talking about how they're going to get him out and all of that. And it turns out Jesse's family is very well connected in Oklahoma. They have a lot of powerful friends, it seems, over there in Oklahoma.
Of both victims who came forward against Jesse, there is a third victim who, if she hasn't come forward, but can you blame her when you look at this as the justice that they get? Speculation is that Jesse Mac Butler's father is a man by the name of Mac Butler, and he was the head of football operations at OSU. So somebody with deep-rooted ties into the community, and that then leads you to the judge in this case, or one of the judges in this case, Judge Susan Worthington. Between her and her father, the Worthingtons have had a hold on that bench for over 50 years. So while you can't necessarily say definitively that, hey, there's this connection here because he's deep-rooted in football.
He goes on to say that it's not difficult mental gymnastics for people to maybe connect these dots or follow these breadcrumbs, that there might be some kind of connection there, considering that this town needs that football program. Like, OSU is a staple of it. Thus, Mac Butler, Jesse Butler's father, is a staple in the community, deep-rooted ties here, and there could be some kind of connection there with him and the Worthingtons. Again, it is something that a lot of people have speculated and taken notice of, to the point where there is now even an authority that is considering investigating this potential connection. And it is very weird how Jesse Butler has these indefensible crimes, yet is not getting any real punishment for it. Is it possible it's because of who his family is? They were very confident that he was going to get away with this. They even said in the body cam we're about to see, his mother said, you know, we're going to win this. It seems like they were really sure that these unforgivable crimes were going to be forgiven here, ultimately, in the eyes of the law in Oklahoma. I wonder if that might have played a role in him getting away without even a slap on the wrist. This isn't even a slap on the wrist, this is a slap on the ass. This is basically Susan C. Worthington and the entire legal system over there in Payne County, Oklahoma, giving him the old keister clapper saying, hey, good work out there, don't worry, we got you covered, we got your back over here in Payne County. It's fucking sickening. It is actually unbelievable. I'm going to show you the body cam real quick because I think it's important you get to see who he's surrounded by, because even though his mother is aware of these crimes, it seems like she's more concerned about her child's future. Like, the actual victim here is Jesse Butler, not the two women that he raped and all of those horrible things he did. It's actually Jesse Butler that, you know, is getting the short end of the stick here and is getting traumatized.
Yeah, so we're here. We're obviously going to place you under arrest. There's a warrant for your arrest. We're going to take you to the jail. I told your mom that she can contact a bondsman, and you shouldn't be there very long, but there just is a process for paperwork and stuff. But right now you do have to come with us, and I do have to put you in handcuffs, so turn around for me. You have to put in handcuffs?
Oh man, Jesse's calling the wambulance there. You can see him start to tear up. Oh man, it almost breaks your heart looking at him get all sad like that. And his mom, she's starting to feel it, saying, oh, do you have to put him in handcuffs? Fucking obviously, yes, lady. Of course they have to put him in handcuffs. This guy is a violent rapist. To such an extreme degree, I wouldn't have been surprised if he tried clawing at the fucking cage in the back of the police car to get his hands on one of the officers next to strangle them and rape them. This guy is an animal, an absolute fiend. He is a fucking monster. Of course they need to put him in handcuffs.
Transport somebody into custody. You know we're doing this. It's okay. You have yeah. I'll get you out. For me? Alright, stay silent. Rick knows about this. Candy's on this. Dad's on his way. We're coming to get you, okay? Stay strong, okay? Say your prayers. Awful experience for the child.
What she said while Jesse was walking to the police car there actually made my stomach turn. She said, "What an awful experience for a child." Lady, your son raped 2 women. Numerous times. He nearly killed one of them with the strangulation, by the way. And you're saying that him going to jail here, like in handcuffs, is the awful experience for the child? What about the victims? What do you think about that? Do you think that wasn't an awful experience? Like this is worse? Like Jesse's the one we should actually feel bad for here? I understand it must be extremely difficult to wrestle with this reality that your child is a monster. I can't even imagine what that's like. That would be soul crushing. But to wipe your ass with reality and just blindly support them to the point where you will do anything to ensure they don't actually get punished for the very real crimes they committed that you yourself are aware of. Again, this isn't a matter of like his parents believe he's innocent or something. Everybody knows he's guilty. He has even pled no contest. The evidence is irrefutable. So they know he is a rapist, and yet they have fought tooth and nail to ensure he doesn't go to jail for it. In my eyes, that makes them very bad people as well. They are knowingly ensuring a rapist is back in society. And since this punishment, I can't even use that word. That word does not apply here. That stretches the definition. This is not even a punishment. What they gave him is chores to do now. That's it. Where he does like a bit of community and service, and then he does like a rehab program. And they tried to make it seem like this was like a super strict sexual offender rehab program. I don't want to get into like the weeds of how they ended up at this ruling. I recommend you watch the Law and Crime video. They do a good job breaking it down. But basically, to my understanding, is they legally de-aged him like Robert De Niro in The Irishman here. They rewound time, gave him the fucking time infinity stone, so that way he could fit into the youth sex offenders program, so he would no longer be like an adult in the eyes of the law for these crimes that he was being tried for, so that way he could be part of this rehab program. And they said, you know, if he reoffends, he could be facing 10 years in jail. We're really sticking it to him. This is super strict stuff. And I truly think, I really believe, that this is so weak, so flimsy, that the lesson Jesse Butler learned here is that he can get away with anything. And that the only reason he got caught is because his victims survived. So I bet that if he continues to be a free man, it won't be long until he rapes again, and this time he will not leave them alive. That's what I think is going to happen down the line as a result of this ruling here. They have let a monster back into society, and they have now said to that monster, he's untouchable. So I think there's going to be a corpse on their hands at some point because of this. Jesse Butler is a rapist. Jesse Butler is an evil, evil rapist, and everyone that played a role in him getting away with his crimes needs to be held accountable for it. There needs to be an investigation into this. There needs to be real fucking justice here. This is absolutely sickening, and I just had to yap about this today. It's crazy. That's about it. See ya. Like a jar of peanut butter in the top shelf cabinet in my kitchen, I just can't get it. I truly don't understand what is going on with Twitch that just leads them to making the worst decisions so brazenly. Like, they have to have the orb of confusion somewhere in the office up there, and it is just wreaking havoc on their brains. It is incomprehensible. There is a streamer, her name is Nina. She has on stream, on Twitch, twice now, sexually assaulted people. I'll show you the clips because it is textbook sexual assault. And she was banned for 1 day, initially. She got a 24-hour slap on the wrist, and then she was unbanned. Which you can kind of write off maybe as a mistake on Twitch's end, like they didn't mean to unban her. Maybe someone was pulling some levers in the HQ not knowing what they did. You had someone fucking blasting away at the buttons and accidentally unbanned her because she was banned shortly thereafter again. And I think every sensible person with a functioning frontal lobe expected that to be a permanent ban because she I'm Porky Pigging right now. She sexually assaulted 2 people on stream, on their platform. If you don't take that seriously, what the fuck are you going to take seriously? It's a crime. It's sexual assault. So everyone expected that one to be an indefinite ban. But it was only a week. She is now unbanned and she's already done a return stream. So it seems like Twitch truly only gave her a week vacation here. That's crazy. A week-long timeout. Pretty close to that scene in SpongeBob where they steal a balloon on Free Balloon Day and the cops put them behind bars for 3 seconds saying, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime, and then, oh, you're free to go. That, for sexual assault, is unbelievable.
Oh my God. Saeed. Come here. I got you. Saeed, come here.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
He's 23.
No.
He's consensual.
No, he's not consenting.
Yes, he is.
He's not even saying nothing.
He likes it. Yeah, give.
Oh, no.
I don't think he wants to.
Yeah, stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Hold on.
That was the clip that started it. Saeed is his name. He was not consenting to any of this, and Nina is the one that's like holding him while her friend twerks on him. And his friends are even saying he's not consenting to this, and they do not care. They are forcing it upon him. And this is just a piece of a longer clip, and in the longer clip, they throw him on the bed and start like trying to rip at his clothes. They also take his bag and start going through his bag. And this whole time, he is making it very clear he does not want this, and he is uncomfortable with it.
Take all of this off. Take it off. Hey, yo, cut the cameras, cut the cameras. Yo, cut the cameras, bro. Zo, do your shit. Let me get my Louis Vuitton scarf. Hold on, bitch. No outside clothes on the bed. Hold on. What's going on? You can't just forcibly take it. Let me get that bag. Let me get that bag. This is a nice bag. Hold on, this is a nice bag. Yo, how much this cost? Turn around. Start with the side. Yo. Oh, I need this. I needed this. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Zoe, he's not consenting. Huh?
Pretty clear-cut sexual assault here. You don't need to be Phoenix Wright here in order to argue why this is sexual assault. It's obvious. Yet, and this is something we've talked about in the past, a lot of people, when it comes to a man being sexually assaulted, take it very differently. So I saw when this clip was blowing up, and a lot of people I know, I've already talked about this because I'm tardy to the party, but I'm just so shocked that Twitch is not taking this seriously. A lot of people were talking about how it's actually not sexual assault. It's clear he's laughing. He's going along with it. It's for content. No, it's not sexual assault. He's having a good time. In fact, he wanted it. And that's something that you see a lot when it comes to sexual assault against men, where people say, like, it's not serious, don't be a bitch. A woman can't sexually assault a man because a man always wants sex. So this is a nothing burger. You guys are making a mountain out of a molehill. This isn't sexual assault at all. It's just good old-fashioned Twitch content, baby. And Nina herself even says how embarrassing it would be for a man like Saeed to say that this was sexual assault.
So what if he says, I feel like you did some shit wrong?
No, so the whole Saeed thing, no one essay Saeed. That's why today I was actually looking for Saeed. I was going to talk to him and be like, you definitely felt disrespected as a person. Me, I take accountability what I do. If you dead ass felt disrespected, I didn't know. So you gotta let me know. If you did, I will always apologize. I mean, that's just normal people. But for him to walk around and say all that crazy shit, you never think about what Saeed's thinking too, though. Like, who wants to walk around being called that? That's embarrassing for him as a guy.
You ain't see Saeed today?
No, I was looking for him. I was looking everywhere for him.
Wow, what an angel. Pretty watertight defense right there. Checkmate. The fucking last few neurons remaining in her brain really scrambling there to come up with the perfect cope, and damn did she hit a home run with that one. So she is saying, oh, he didn't get sexually assaulted. Oh, okay, well, if you say so, all right. You would know, of course, yeah, no. It doesn't matter what he thinks happened. You're saying he didn't get sexually assaulted, so then it must not have happened. You're right. And then she goes on to say, like, you have to think about it. Like, it'd be very embarrassing for him as a man. Wow. Is that so, Nina? Interesting. Do you keep that same energy when it comes to women that get sexually assaulted? Do you say the same thing? Like, oh, it'd be very embarrassing. She treats it like it's no big deal. She did nothing wrong. Rub some dirt in it, dweeb. Get over it. That's how she handles it. But I imagine if it was two guys who did this exact same thing to a girl on stream, if it played out exactly the same, there would be universal condemnation across the board, including from Nina herself, I imagine, and rightfully so, because... Stand back, brave take coming in. Plug your ears if you're not ready for the spicy take. Sexual assault is bad. I know. If you were standing up, you're going to need to sit down. Holy. It doesn't matter if it's a female or male victim, sexual assault in all of its forms is horrible. And everyone should be outraged and against it. So why do we treat it differently because it was 2 girls that did it to a guy? It is still sexual assault, and I can't believe we are still having this conversation about like sexual assault against men not being taken seriously. It's not a unicorn. It's not make-believe. This isn't the fucking tooth fairy we're talking about. It is a real thing, and there are male victims of sexual assault. Like, I can't believe that that even needs to be said. But I guess Twitch needs a reminder that it is a crime. Like, anyone who is a victim of sexual assault is the victim of a crime.
I did want it to, like, them being banned is not really anything to me, because at the end of the day, like, sexual assault is a crime. And people that say that it's not sexual assault, I don't know what you think sexual assault is, or anything like that. But I don't know what to tell you. Like, as a person that's literally dealt with sexual assault previously, it has taken a lot, like a large total on my head. I've dealt with something like this before, and I didn't want to. When I dealt with it originally, I was working at a job, and it was a gym, and I told my boss about it, and all he did was make jokes about it. And I tried to talk about it a lot more, and I didn't want to tell my parents. And it did affect me a lot. And this situation did bring back those memories.
This is Saeed being very open here, talking about what's unfolded, even mentioning that he's gone through a previous sexual assault situation in his past where it wasn't taken seriously then. His boss was making jokes about it, and it took a toll on him. And now, in this case, it seems like Twitch itself is not taking it seriously and treating it like it's a joke. Considering Nina was only banned for a week. They slapped her in detention for a week, and now it's all sunshine and rainbows for her. She's back streaming again. And let me tell you, in her return stream, it's very clear she's learned her lesson. I think the week-long, benching here from Twitch has really helped put it all into perspective for her. You can see how apologetic she is and how remorseful she is for her actions.
That means hi, right? Oh, what the fuck, yo? Why you always hitting me? Stop with those punches. Oh, shit, I can't touch you no more because I have to make a sign ID. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, that's going to be tough, bro. It's going to come up 3 months later. I won't come up. Oh, me punch you? You want me to punch you? Are you okay?
Did you send that in the air or no?
You sure? So I am not sexually assaulting you. No. I am not. You consent to this.
Yes.
You fully am okay with this.
Yes.
You will not use this clip against me later in 3 months later.
Never.
Or 9 months later.
No.
Or 6 months later.
No.
No? Hey, chat sees this, bro. Ready? Alright.
Okay.
Ready? 1. You asked for this. Nod your head. 2 times. Did you get it? Okay.
Wait, can I say something?
Damn.
Wait, can I say something?
Damn.
Listen, can I say something?
This seems like a real hoot and a holler. Man, she seems like a lot of fun to be around. So, I don't even know why she even threw out the word NDA. She has no idea what that is. I bet if you asked Nina what a non-disclosure agreement is or what it's for, she would just fucking blue screen. But the reason she's saying that is because she's just trying to insult everyone that made a big deal out of her sexually assaulting Saeed. And I haven't even shown you the other victim yet. I'm saving that till the end. But she's just treating it like it's no big deal. Like, oh, I guess I just can't touch people anymore. Not without like an NDA, I guess. And then this dude over here, this goober, I don't know if he's hiding his face out of embarrassment or shame, but if that is the case, I'd see why. Because that's pretty pathetic to be begging to be punched by this lady just for a crumb of attention. But yeah, that was her return stream, a real highlight moment from it. Some other really great tiddlywinks are when she's being mad at her friends for switching up on her after the sexual assault clip surfacing, where she was mad that they didn't fight tooth and nail for her honor, even though her actions are indefensible to a normal, sane person. So obviously her friends aren't going to go to bat for her, I imagine, or at least they shouldn't. Like, I don't care if you're her best friend, you should be able to come out and say, like, yep, that's fucked up, that is sexual assault. I don't support what's happened there. And she's getting mad that people did exactly that. Like, her friends were like, nope, that's unacceptable. She expected them to just be like, no, you guys are misunderstanding. And then she goes in to be, like, upset that they weren't texting her to get her side of the story, even though there's no sides. It is sexual assault, no matter how you spin it. You can try and feign ignorance until the cows come home. It doesn't change the fact that what you did is still textbook sexual assault. Just because you are a woman who did it to a man doesn't mean that it doesn't count.
You ready?
Yeah, go ahead, Nina.
All right.
Okay, Fred.
I know. Concentrating on the butt.
Okay, girl.
No, Nina. Oh my. Wow, you have the best masseuse, Toast.
That was good.
Wow, she is so bold.
My spine.
You love to see it.
All right.
So bold, so bold. Yep, keep it up. Yep. Good job, Nina.
So Toast shared his experience with Nina where he went there expecting a professional masseuse only to be met by a stranger named Nina, the fucking boogeyman here, coming up and giving him this massage where she was very clearly making a joke of it by just like groping him, like just grabbing on his ass cheeks there. Like she was grabbing those things like fucking motorcycle handles. It's not an accident. It's not unintentional. She didn't just like wander down there while trying to give a legitimate massage. She is literally honking on his butt cheeks. And people are laughing about it, making light of the whole thing. Like, Nina, oh my goodness, ha 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 ha. It's sexual assault. If that was a man that did that to a woman that was lying on that table, how many people would be laughing? Probably not very many. I imagine it'd be crickets for the most part. It'd be more silent than a James Corden stand-up routine. There wouldn't be a lot of laughter. It wouldn't really be viewed as a holly jolly good time. I imagine most people would immediately try and say like stop or step in, put the kibosh on it, but not here. Here, it's just treated as a joke. But why? Just because it is Nina doing this to a man, Toast, it doesn't make it not sexual assault. And in Toast's statement, he even says he has no idea who she was at the time. She just stepped in, did this. He was extremely uncomfortable, but didn't say anything in the moment because there's a bunch of cameras in his face, and it's hard to try and like speak up in front of that because then it creates a tense situation. So it's an extra level of fear where it's hard to speak out and express, negative feelings in a case like this because, well, maybe now the streamers there view you as the bad guy or the chat starts attacking you or something. So it makes it very difficult. And it's something Toast briefly mentioned. And it's something that I've seen expressed numerous times in the past about like, it was hard to say anything in the moment because of all these cameras and all these people watching. And it's very true. Again, if this was a man that was doing this to a woman lying on that table, a complete stranger, just starts, honking on her butt cheeks there, how many people would be laughing? Probably none. It shouldn't be treated differently in this case. This was still a non-consensual sexual act that was performed on Toast and Saeed that is not being taken seriously. She received a week-long ban, and that's it. And it's not like she herself has digivolved into a better person or anything, learned her lesson, expressed any real level of remorse or anything like that. She is still treating it as content. Like, just the idea of her sexual assault is now a joke on her stream. Like, oh, I just can't touch people anymore. I'll have to NDA you, tee-hee-hee. That's crazy to me. That is just crazy. I know she issued an apology statement not long ago, which I think is pretty blatantly obvious, not her words. I think that was farted out through an actual PR firm, because I don't think she is capable of something like that. I'll stop blabbering here in just a moment, but it is so wild to me how little Twitch did here, and how little they seem to care about what's happened on their platform here. In the past, they've made plenty of questionable bans and unbans. Like having full-blown sex, penetrative sex on stream was a 3-day ban. And many other such cases of similar things, like that lady who full-blown spread her butthole goatsy style on stream only being 24 hours, stuff like that. But this is something so different from that, where that sexual content is something that shouldn't be allowed on Twitch and isn't by their own rules, and they don't seem to really enforce them all that well. This is literally not even just against their rules, it is against the law. Sexual assault, again, is illegal, and it has been broadcast on Twitch twice with this woman, Nina Lynn, being the sexual assaulter. And they only give her a week ban for it. This is unlike anything I've seen from Twitch in the past. It is truly shocking. And I'll leave you with one more clip from Saint Nina here. You remember how I called this week ban basically a vacation? Well, it's not just my words. She also views it that way as well.
W chat. I want to say W chat. So all the haters out there, y'all can suck my dick. Word 2, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you bitches, bro. You bitches not me. Y'all been through nothing that I've been through. Fuck you. This ain't the worst it's ever been. I'm not gonna lie. It's bad to say, but this is not the worst it's ever been. I've been through worse. I've actually been through worse. So this jail was kind of like vacay jail a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Nice work, Twitch. Vacay jail for sexual assault. Unbelievable. Anyway, that's really about it. So, yep. I found a clown that I'd like to share with you all today. It's a fascinating little rabbit hole that I've stumbled upon here, and there's quite a few years of lore built up here, and it's pretty deep. I'm talking like Warhammer 40k levels here. And it's all revolving around one goober named AJ Thakor. However, he doesn't really like to go by that name. He wipes his ass with that nomenclature. He'd rather be referred to by his preferred Xbox gamer tag, Ace Rogers. I shit you not, I am not making this up. He prefers to be addressed as Ace Rogers. And the incident that put this on my radar is actually kind of old. I just saw it today, but it happened in 2024, which in internet years is basically ancient, prehistoric really. But it has led to a discovery of one of the more fascinating losers I've seen.
I'll kill you. I will kill you. You know I'll kill you. I will kill you. I will kill you. I doubt it. Ace Rogers, time and place. I'll kill you. To your face.
There he is in all his glory. So he cruised up here on his Lamborghini yacht, this is more important to them than his own life. This boat means more to him than oxygen, really. And he was denied access to this private dock. A worker had turned him away, letting him know that he didn't have permission to dock there. And he just immediately had a fucking freak out. He blew a gasket right away. So he starts seeing red, and he starts threatening to kill this guy. And the worker doesn't even really seem to take him seriously. He just hits him with one of these and just lets it sit and linger there, and it just makes him even more upset. So as he is driving away, he gets so upset, the rage bubbles over so much that he takes his pants off and starts wiggling his wiener at him. He starts shaking his cock. He goes whole hog and just starts like helicopter dicking his flaccid cock around. Whoa, you're witnessing a true alpha maneuver right here. Damn, that was hardcore, holy shit. According to the worker, by the way, there were like women and children around here. They are just in public. You can see people walking around behind him. Like, it is just out in public. Then he has now just exposed his genitals in front of everyone there. I'm always so shocked to see that being like a common tactic used in like a heated argument where you just get naked. Like, checkmate! Look at this! This is my dick! I win! Like, I don't really understand, but, you know, maybe I'm just not, grandmaster level here like he is of being a top-tier yacht owner. But what I will tell you is, I went through and censored that myself, which is why I can see my handiwork there with the black bar. I had to go through and, like, frame by frame, try and censor his penis. And I truly think that I was wrong and was way too charitable saying he was helicopter dicking, because I don't think his penis even makes it into his hands. It was a very unimpressive size there. There were times where it didn't even look phallic. I thought for a second there I was watching him play with his clitoris like he was DJing himself. So, very interesting maneuver here, and it did land him in some hot water. He was charged with a few different things, which of course he pled not guilty to. I do think ultimately he was slapped with a misdemeanor charge of indecent exposure. I haven't found like the verdict on what that was or not, but what I did find is that he was interviewed 8 months ago shortly after this by CBS, and he is just genuinely one of the most unlikable guys you'll ever hear. He is so desperate to appear cool, and his whole personality is him being rich. But from what I can tell, he made his money a long time ago and has since just kind of been belly up in every endeavor that he's tried to dip his toes into. Everything he's tried to fit his cock into, the condom's just been too big, biting off more than he can chew, so he hasn't really found success like he did over a decade ago. So he still rides that high and does clearly still have money, and he's made that his entire soul. is just having money and just trying to make himself appear cool for it.
What, let me get your name so I get it right later.
Ace Rogers.
Ace Rogers, is that what you prefer to go by as opposed to AJ?
Only the cops call me AJ Thagor, and we don't need anyone calling the cops.
Okay.
This guy actually looks like a Halloween costume for just the most insufferable douchebag imaginable. He is a cartoon character. And his whole personality is like it was written by like a really lazy writer to just make someone that everyone would hate. But this is actually him. So he does not like to be called AJ Thakor. He just wants to be known as Ace Rogers. It's like a name I'd see on Summoner's Rift or something. What the fuck? He is not a very young guy, by the way. And he is actually going around with this mentality. By the way, that briefcase of money that he puts there, that's his own prop that he brought. He wanted to make sure he could flex some money in this interview because he can't be seen without it. It's like makeup for this guy. It is all that he has. Without it, he is nothing. He is just a shell, a husk. So he brought this briefcase of money. I don't even know if the money's real, by the way. It could very well just be like fake prop bills, but he claims it was from Super Bowl betting. So he won 500K. He said it's 500K in the briefcase and called it poor people amount of money, but that he wanted to spend it anyway. It's so unbelievably embarrassing. It is so comical. And I'm honestly surprised he didn't put like a cigar in his mouth and light it when he said, "Only cops call me AJ Thakor, and we don't need cops being called here now, do we?" I bet he thought that line went so hard.
All right. Well, what's going on with the yacht?
Well, I'm selling my Lamborghini 63 yacht. It's definitely a prized possession of mine that I love more than anything, but circumstances have evolved where I want to sell my yacht. So
I mean, do you need the money, or why are you selling it?
I obviously don't need the money. I'm fucking rich. I'm not like all the common folk.
This is something the extremely wealthy like to do. Sell their most prized possession they love more than anything in the world in an urgent sale. Yeah, no, that's just something normal. It doesn't mean he's struggling for cash. It's just something everybody seems to like to do, right? Like, how dare you accuse him of needing the money? He's selling this purely because, according to him, he has something much better coming. I don't know if it ever arrived, because on his Twitter account, all the pathetic videos he posts that get actually zero engagement, except for occasionally one like this receiving a single like, which I imagine is probably from him on an alt account, a burner, still have him on this Lamborghini yacht. It is still what he has wet dreams about and what he thinks about every second of every day.
And it's tough to pull someone away from me, and I have a really good chance of pulling them away from you because I'm a great recruiter, I'm a great boss, I'm a great CEO, and people want to work for me. You know, the demand to work for this company is beyond belief. It's through the roof.
Yeah, I bet everyone's banging down the door to submit their job resume to work for the guy that pulls his fucking wiener out when things get a little too tense. Yeah, I bet he's an amazing boss to work for. But anyway, point is, this is a brand new video from him. This is only like 3 days old. It has a single like on it. And he is here in this AI cartoon filter on his Lamborghini yacht. It is literally the most important thing in his entire life. But he's been trying to sell it. Why, if you don't need the money? Why not keep it and then also just get the new thing that's coming that's so much better? If you got so much wealth, there's so much money flowing out your ass, why not have both? You know, it's crazy. What a weird concept. I don't know, man. I gotta be honest with you. I'm just getting a sneaking suspicion that you needed the money, which is why you're really trying so hard to sell this yacht. It's just a hunch, though. I don't know.
Bigger, better. I'm not downgrading. And, you know, people like me, you know, rich people, we always are looking for the next bigger and better thing. I don't move into smaller houses. I move into bigger mansions. So my next vessel will float and be the baddest fucking thing my next vessel will be the baddest thing this town's ever seen.
Chills. Literal chills. Whoa. I can't wait to see it, AJ. Excuse me, Ace. I truly cannot wait to see it.
Pick him up, and this guy's like, no, you can't do that. That's the equivalent of just pulling up to a red spot in your car and letting someone get in. But unfortunately, this poor 17-year-old poor person took it upon himself to be like, no, you can't do that. Like, bro.
His retelling of the events here are truly insightful. When you hear it from his eyes, when you get his side of the story, he almost seems like a victim here. Oh, what do you mean the worker wasn't going to let him pull up to this dock here to pick up one of his salespeople? Why isn't he allowed to do that? Does he not understand that he's rich? This is Ace Rogers we're talking about here. Of the fucking Ace Rogers Pirates or whatever. Like, come on, of course he can do whatever he wants. He has money. What do you mean you're going to stop him from doing what he wants? I'm starting to really see where Ace is coming from here.
I got pissed. I did a dick twister off my Lamborghini yacht, and nothing says you don't give an F like doing a dick twister off your Lamborghini yacht.
Amen to that, Ace. Preach. Yeah, you definitely don't give an F. Nothing says not giving an F quite like pulling out your cock when you're really mad after threatening to kill somebody. And also being completely unable to be seen without money in your person. He won't even do an interview without having money be visible. This is a guy who gives more fucks than anyone I've ever seen in my life. He cares so deeply and is so insecure. He is desperate for people to perceive him as cool because of his money. So his whole persona, his whole being has just become poor people that, plebeian this, poor that, I'm rich, money that there is just nothing left. There is no humanity left in this guy's body. He is just this embarrassing shell.
What happened with the case ultimately?
It's still going on. It's pending. Now it's 2 misdemeanors, man. I get 2 misdemeanors are like frickin' Tuesday around here.
Damn, mic drop. Yeah, those misdemeanors don't mean anything to a cool guy like Ace Roger. Like he said, that's just a Tuesday for him. He accumulates those indecent exposure charges like they're Pokemon cards, I guess. When looking up his name, there was a couple other things that came up as well. It seems like he's just been a public nuisance for quite a while now, and no one has a single positive thing to say about him or their experience with him. And it is embarrassing how someone can get like this. Because he did make a lot of money. Like, he is, by all accounts, set. And yet he does everything in his power to showcase just how unhappy and miserable he is, and tries to put on this strong face, this facade that he's like happy. But meanwhile, he's melting down at 17-year-old workers when they tell him no to parking his yacht. It's just so crazy. What a pathetic loser. So yeah, I had to show you a little bit from AJ Thakor here. Very interesting little rabbit hole. And there is still some other stuff that I didn't really dive into here when I was looking him up. There's no point. This is by far his crowning achievement here. This is his legacy. This is what people will remember AJ Thakor for. This yacht meltdown that he had that led to him just going fucking wild and free with his cock out there in order to, I guess, win the dispute somehow. It's craziness. Anyway, that's about it. See ya. I've recently been in my oversized comfy shirt era here, and by oversized I mean I cranked it all the way up to a large for these purchases. That's why you've been seeing a wide array of different colors of shorts, shorts as well. I get very quirky with my short selection, but that's why I've been seeing like this wide variety of shirt colors outside of just the standard plain white tee. And there's a couple big reasons for it. One, as I get older, it feels real good just being real breathable here and having all this room for playtime with my appendages, you know what I mean? Without it feeling all tight and stuffy. And two, underneath these pump covers, I have been diligently sculpting a body of steel from this canvas of marble that is my upper body and lower body. And so, like a prized luxury car, I'm keeping the cover on here. So that way when I take it off, it'll be a big reveal, you know what I mean? Maybe. I don't know. It's hard for me to, like, get big. I get stronger, but getting bigger, I get, like, meatball mode. I don't, like, it's, you'll see. Over the last, like, 3 months, I've gained 10 or so pounds, and I'm getting closer to my strength goals. I'm getting there, but we still have quite a ways to go. But the only reason we've been yapping about this, by the way, is because since I've been getting so serious about this, I've been using YouTube as a resource for a lot of, like, wide variety of things. And as such, YouTube has felt the need to push like steroid-based content onto me now. Really wants me to start getting on a nice like Trin regimen. So I'm getting fed all kinds of like lifters who are juiced to the gills, which whatever, as long as you're upfront and honest about the usage of it, I don't really give much of a fuck. You do what you want to do. But it is very crazy to me how normalized it's become in the fitness industry, where it's almost like a mandatory thing for a lot of people just breaking into that industry. It's pretty nuts. But anyway, today, instead of feeding me content that was like lifting and steroids, it was just showing me Roid Rage. And one of them came from Midwest Safety with this goober who is clearly on the tartar sauce, going ballistic after getting his 37th noise complaint.
On September 27th, 2023, in Joliet, Illinois, officers were dispatched to a gym for the 36th consecutive noise complaint. This time, they'd had enough.
Sounded like a fucking Offspring concert in there. That is some loud music blasting in there. And if you look at the time on the recording, it's pretty early in the morning. The early bird is not getting the worm. He's getting a fucking injection into the butt cheek there. Holy. So it is very loud music. But, you know, noise complaints oftentimes are just kind of a nuisance, like a headache. They're not like a super serious thing. This being his 36th consecutive one over a really small period of time is interesting because brother just turned down the music. Why keep doing this song and dance? It's a fucking gym. Most people going there are going to be having their AirPods or whatever in anyway. They're going to listen to their own music, not the house music. I can count on one hand the amount of times I've seen people in a public gym just raw dogging it with no headphones or no, you know, ear devices to listen to their own music. There's just no need to be playing it that loud. The people there don't care, I doubt. Unless that's like part of the culture of the gym he owns there where you can't listen to your own music, you've got to listen to his Spotify playlist. Like, I just don't really see this being worth the tug of war here with the people that are complaining about the noise complaints. Just turn it down. It's just not that important.
I'm in the middle of a workout. Okay, we're saying noise complaint. You're okay with that? Whatever you gotta do, man. You gotta try ID with you? No. Negative me ID. You're not welcome in here. Negative me ID? Get the f*** out. You wanna do it like this? I wanna do it like this. Okay. I'm in the middle of a workout.
Whoa, 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 gentlemen, hold your horses. He's in the middle of a workout. Did you not know that? That means you gotta pack your bags and go home. You no longer have any authority in this domain here. He is in the middle of a workout. I love the way he says that, like it's Pirates of the Caribbean when parlay gets said. Like everything has to stop, like full halt right now. Also, I was reading an article from a lifter. I already forgot who it was, but it was like 4 or 5 days ago. They made a mention about like being barefoot in public gyms and how like easily it can transmit HPV. I didn't dive deeper into it or like look at the research behind it, but seeing him barefoot in this gym here and then walking outside barefoot, it just immediately made me remember that. And again, I don't know, you know, all of the data behind it, but looking at him with his fucking barefoot stompers out, his fucking tootsies, his little piggies running wild there, that does seem a little gross.
So I would let you want to talk to him. It's up to you. Push you out? He kind of like nudged me out of. I opened the door.
I'm getting sued for harassment. This is private property. You do not sit here in front of my motherfucking gym and cause fucking disturbance. No, you. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me today. No, yeah, you are. Yes, you are. You guys are sitting here fucking staring at my shit. These guys don't pay $50 a month, gym.
Brother, they're not sitting outside your gym for the sole purpose of just looking at the clientele. Them paying $50 a month has nothing to do with your own personal behavior, man. Again, this whole thing could have been avoided by just turning the music down one of 35 other times, 36 times. Like, it's super simple. And now, one of the officers showed up, he asked for ID, that was it. He immediately blew a gasket, having a conniption about it. So now they rolled out in force, and now it's escalated to a much bigger deal. It's all his behavior, because he can't control his fucking emotions. He's now in just full tantrum mode here. He is now having Roid Rage, and it's only going to get worse from here, when it didn't need to. It has nothing to do with how much your members are paying to be at that gym. You're the one that's making it worse for them.
I don't give a fuck. I think she's a fucking... That person is known for fucking having mental disability. It is in court fucking documented. That's right. So you go it's coming. No, I already did. What the fuck are you gonna do to me? You ain't gonna do shit. What the fuck are you doing rolling 4 deep? Shut the f up.
All I was asking for your ID. That's
You
what
ain't
I was
getting
asking for.
shit. You're about to get fucking
No,
sued for harassment. You're disrupting my motherfucking...
You are disrupting it. You are causing the scene.
Well, that wasn't a very tough statement. He's using the weapon of the enemy, the Karens that often throw around frivolous lawsuit threats. Come on, man. Though, I'm not gonna lie to you, sports fans, I'd be very curious to see how a harassment lawsuit would have shaken down in this instance here. But he's saying that the person who reported it is known for having a mental disability or something. I don't really know what he thought that would change. What did he expect the officers to do? Just be like, oh shit, we are so sorry, sir. We didn't know she had a mental disability. Sorry to have wasted your time. We're actually going to go arrest her for having that mental disability and, filing this false report here on the noise levels. She is right. It is really loud. Is that an annoying thing? Yeah. And it's also a really simple thing to just turn down the music. It's not like she made a false noise complaint. You can hear that this shit is deafening through the body cam. It is loud as fuck. It's not like she was wrong or anything, so I don't know what he thought would change there. He blew this way out of proportion, because again, all he had to do was just, slightly turn it down. That's it.
If you give this officer your information...
You're not allowed in here.
We're not...
You're not the allowed in here. You're not allowed in here. You're not allowed in here. Relax. You're not allowed in here. You're ripping my fucking shoulder.
Get off his back.
You're ripping my fucking shoulder.
Yeah, so it escalates. It ends in a big old scuffle there with the gym owner. He's like a kaiju right now. He's holding all of them back. He's got one guy pressed against the glass. He does end up getting tased, and then one of the gym patrons here comes up and is giving them an earful, a stern talking to. Don't know who he is or his relation to the gym owner. Maybe he's the spotter for his nutsack when he's teabagging the members' wallets. I really don't know why he's so personally invested in this guy, because again, he was the one causing the scene. He immediately blew up the second one officer arrived, just asking him, hey, can we get your ID and, get this solved real quick?
Fuck tasers in.
Okay, hang on.
Look what you guys just did on fucking Wednesday morning at 5 o'clock.
While they're arresting the guy, pretty much all of the gym members come together to insult them. And that one guy, the initial responder there, even gets on the horn with someone to complain about the officers. I'm guessing he tried to get in contact with their manager or something. I don't really know. But yeah, they all come together to start insulting them.
I literally was just gonna ask you for your ID, bro. That's it. We're gonna have to do all this.
Oh man, it's been fucking. I had to go through court for all this shit again.
I get it, man, but you know, when I first got here, I was cool with you. I was just trying to talk to you, and right away you started screaming at me. Okay?
He simmers down a lot in the back of the cop car there. He really takes a chill pill there. The high wore off, and he's coming down from the Roid Rage. Anyway, though, this just got fed to me by the YouTube algorithm, that enigma, and I just wanted to yap about it a bit. That's it. See ya. This is a topic I had no intentions of revisiting, but in light of recent news, I absolutely cannot stop myself from talking about it. A few days ago, I made an extremely hard video doing my best to honor the memory of one of the brightest lights the chess community has ever seen, Daniel Naroditsky, whom I was lucky enough to call a friend. He has unfortunately passed away, and I made a video doing my best to pay tribute to him and talk about the incredible legacy that he built and how he will always be remembered as one of the best teachers chess has ever seen, best streamers, best players, just overall just an amazing guy and an amazing force for good in the chess community. And he will be dearly missed by so many. I wanted to just focus on the incredibly positive effect Daniel had on so many people, and I didn't dive into the nitty-gritty of one very unsavory character, Vladimir Kramnik, and his role in some unfortunate times Daniel was going through. Today, I saw a statement from Vladimir Kramnik And I just can't bite my tongue any longer. I cannot stand this man. I can't stand the things he says. I can't stand what he's become. I can't stand to even look at him. Just look at this. This is him playing chess, but it looks like I'm looking through the webcam of a creep in the process of deleting their browser history. Vlad Big Bad Kramnik has been on this crusade in the chess community where he has been just willy-nilly tossing out cheating allegations, seemingly at random sometimes. And he was posting these allegations against Daniel Naroditsky of cheating, these allegations that he was a dishonest player. Daniel was someone who cared very deeply about his reputation, so when someone with the prestige of Kramnik is coming out saying these horrible things, it obviously took a toll on his mental health, and it is something he was vocal about. There was never any evidence or anything at all to support Kramnik's allegations at any point in time. It was completely baseless. It was fucking disgusting. And I'm going to show you a brief clip of Daniel talking about it 11 months ago.
But this is a sustained, evil, and absolutely unhinged attempt to destroy my life. And I really don't, I'm tired of mincing words at this point. He is trying to ruin my life. He's trying to inflict emotional harm, physical harm on me. He knows exactly what he's doing. And this is one of the most wicked people that I've ever dealt with. I'm not trying to seek attention with this, but the people who are buying into this narrative, they exist at many levels, including at the very top level, and they include a large number of chess fans. Like, this is doing very serious damage and actual damage. It's not just like bots or, Russian spies who are believing Kramnik. He has a lot of authority. He's a fucking world champion.
Evil really is a great word for Kramnik. And I'm sure if you've paid attention recently, you've probably seen some of the top players come out to try and get some change here and get some accountability for what Kramnik has been doing. He has been completely out of control. He's a feral fucking animal. And he is still somehow trying to make himself the victim and how everyone else is the bad guy, and he's actually like the angel of the chess community. There are very few souls on this planet that genuinely view Kramnik positively. Even some of the best players in the world outright show their disdain for this creature. Hikaru recently had this to say about Kramnik.
I said it before, I'll say it again. Kramnik can go fuck himself. I'll just say it. He can go fuck himself and he can rot in hell. That's all I'm going to say, okay?
It's a sentiment shared by some of the actual best players in the world, condemning Kramnik and everything that he has become. So it's not just fans of Daniel or just fans of chess in general, it's also the top-level players that fucking despise Kramnik. And the statement that he posted today is what's made me just furious to the point where I will just go ahead and just start spitting and shitting on this guy, because people need to be more aware of the damage that he has done, continues to do, and just how unhinged of a madman this guy is. I would like to express my deepest condolences to all of Daniel Naroditsky's loved ones in connection with the tragic and untimely passing of this remarkable chess player in person, which has deeply shaken me personally and the entire chess world. Hey Vlad, did you use AI for that? Because it certainly took you quite a few tries to even express any level of sorrow or condolences for the tragic passing of Daniel Naroditsky. It's worth remembering and reminding people that after the announcement of Daniel Naroditsky's passing, one of the first things Vladimir Kramnik did was take to Twitter to start wiggling his finger saying, "I told you so, I told you so." That was he literally, one of the first things he did was make it all about how he was so right. Blaming others, like how Kramnik was the only one that cared. He was saying, you gotta check on Daniel, this and that. No one else seemed to care. I was right. I saw what no one else did. You guys ignored this. That's what Kramnik did after it was announced that Daniel Naroditsky passed away. I don't think he's capable of expressing any level of sorrow or emotion. This is a husk of a man. I think he needed AI assistant to give the best engine move here for trying to almost appear human, because I don't even think those are his words. What I think follows is definitely straight from the asshole of Kramnik, though, and you'll see what I mean. To my profound regret, this tragic event has become an opportunity for some to exploit it for their own interests and to launch an unprecedentedly cynical and unlawful campaign of harassment against me and my family. In this regard, I would like to make the following statements. This clown could only muster one sentence without devolving into talking all about himself and positioning himself as a victim. He starts calling the wambulance in the second sentence of this statement. Oh, me, wah, wah, wah. Look at all these French cries I've ordered. Oh my goodness. I'm like the actual victim of this tragedy because people are being mean to me. This is unprecedented. Oh my gosh, how could people not think about my feelings? This is so mean to me. And then he has the gall to say, I have never made any personal attack or insult towards Daniel Naroditsky. Absolute psychopath shit. He was the main perpetrator. Daniel was not shy about sharing his feelings about the effect Kramnik has had on his mental health through everything Kramnik was tossing his way, all the shit he was stirring over fucking baseless accusations. Kramnik bore a huge responsibility on the unfortunate feelings that Daniel was going through for a long time. Kramnik was the main villain in this community, and he has been for a while, and not just for everything with Daniel. He has done this for so many players. I have a hunch that he would try and copyright strike me or pursue legal action if I showed any of his clips, but he has entire compilations dedicated that people have compiled of him reporting people for cheating if they found a move he didn't think of. So he's lost some matches, or even in matches that he's drawn due to his own mistake, he has accused his opponent of being a cheater, getting engine moves because he didn't think of it, or if he did think of it, the other person shouldn't have because he's so much smarter than him because he's higher rated. He accuses people of cheating based on the most loosey-goosey of ideas. He is, by all possible definitions, the worst person in the chess community. And there has not been any real action taken against him, and it's reached this bubbling point now where some of the top players are on the right side of history, where they believe that more needs to be done to protect players from people like Kramnik. He is a destructive douchebag. He is a calamity of cringe. But because he was once a world champion, he does have accolades under his name. It carries weight. Anyway, though, back to his statement. Despite the tension in our relationship, I was the only person in the chess community who, noticing on video Daniel's obvious health issues a day before his death, publicly called for him to receive help. Unfortunately, this plea was ignored by everyone, and the subsequent attempts immediately following his passing to directly link this tragic event to my name, especially in light of this fact, cross all boundaries of basic human morality in my view. We are getting a lecture on human morality from a man who lacks any and all real emotion. This is an android worm person roach man. This is not someone who has any morality. He is trying to now say he's the only one that actually cared about Daniel, which is so far from the truth. He is the one that was actively at all stages over the last year or so trying to ruin Daniel's reputation based on fucking nothing. Absolutely nothing. And now here he is trying to position himself as like the, actual protector of Daniel, trying to look out for his well-being. It is psychopath shit. Actual psychopath shit. What he's referring to here, where he's talking about, he was calling for Daniel to receive help, it was him making, a post on Twitter, hey, someone should check on him. Which, by the way, Daniel's closest friends were checking in with Daniel and doing their best for Daniel. Meanwhile, what was Kramnik doing? Continuing this crusade against him. Just a blatant lie, a pure fabrication, a disconnect from reality. There is overwhelming oodles of evidence to the contrary here. Kramnik does not care about Daniel, never did. Daniel openly stated Kramnik is one of the most evil people he's ever had to deal with. Just a wicked presence in the chess community. Yet here he is trying to say he's the only person that was actually trying to look out for him. It is just despicable behavior from this person. My private and public requests made a year ago for a review of Grandmaster Naroditsky's compliance with fair play rules were ignored, despite a significant amount of evidence, only part of which was published supporting the validity of this request. I have always been and remain ready to provide these materials to any relevant authority. In his next point, literally, point number 3, right after him saying how much he actually cared about him and was obviously looking out for him, he then goes in to try and, once again, push this narrative that Daniel Naroditsky wasn't complying with fair play rules according to Kramnik. Kramnik is still here trying to make these accusatory statements against Daniel Naroditsky, using his classic source I made it the fuck up evidence. Anyway, let me finish the statement before I dive in deeper. Point number 4. Certain provocative statements by public figures, sometimes escalating to blatantly false and criminal accusations against me regarding Daniel's death, which have led, among other things, to threats to the safety of myself and my family and violations of my personal rights, will be the subject of criminal and civil lawsuits currently being prepared by my lawyers. This is just a blanket threat to everyone that's calling this guy a huge asshole, which he is a huge asshole. There's no lawsuit you can issue for people pointing out that you are a giant piece of shit who absolutely did play a role in the mental health of Daniel. That is something that is provable with an overwhelming amount of evidence. Number 5, I welcome the officially announced opening of a criminal investigation in the United States into the circumstances of Daniel Naroditsky's death, and if needed, can even assist the investigation with some important non-public information at my disposal. Finally, with full responsibility, I want to state that I am in good physical and mental condition, and under no circumstances am I planning to take my own life. I'll quickly address that last little nugget there at the end, because you're probably scratching your head wondering why the fuck did he even include something like that, mentioning that he's in good physical and mental condition, not planning on taking his own life. That seems to kind of come out of nowhere. And it's because Vladimir Kramnik has devolved into a fucking paranoid freak. This guy probably thinks that the deep state reptilians are spying on him through his fucking electric toothbrush. Now, anyone with a functioning frontal lobe can look at this statement and immediately smell how fucking foul it is and how stinky it is. His first statement is about how he's never, attacked Daniel or anything like that. And then you go to point number 3 and he immediately starts tossing out the cheating allegations again about how, I have all this evidence about Daniel Naroditsky not complying with fair play rules, by the way. So he's already contradicting himself in his own fucking statement. So you've never personally attacked Daniel, yet here you are, literally 2 sentences later, attacking Daniel in your own statement. Hey pal, you just blow in from Stupid Town? Classic Kramnik here, the Kramnik gambit, unable to express any actual real sympathy or anything at all, unable to take any level of accountability here. He doesn't mention his sizable role in the mental health of Daniel Naroditsky, who made it very clear that what Kramnik was saying, what he was doing, was hurting him in a big way. But Kramnik always disregarded it, and even here, doesn't even acknowledge it, not even slightly. In fact, he tries to position himself as the one that actually cared about Daniel. It is crazy. This is a crazy person. This is someone that does need to be checked in the chess community. So all of the top players and all the community that are begging for action against Kramnik here in the community, I think are 100% correct. Something absolutely has to change. This statement from Kramnik had me fuming. Still does. I am still infuriated by it. I cannot believe that this fucking garbage bag of a person posted this. The only solace I can find in all of this is I know with 100% confidence Daniel Naroditsky will always be remembered for the amazing, talented player, teacher, and friend that he was, who contributed more to chess than most people could ever possibly fathom. One of the best commentators in chess, with one of the best libraries chess has ever seen, with educational tools that can get anyone interested about the game because his passion was infectious. And he was so efficient at teaching high-level chess theory, making it digestible and entertaining. One of the best streamers in chess, an amazing friend, an amazing guy. He will always be remembered for the positive, wholesome force for good that he was. Whereas Kramnik, he won't be remembered for his chess achievements. What people will remember Kramnik for is everything that came after. He devolved into a hateful, putrid, delusional person, and it will overshadow all of his accomplishments in chess. Chess history will look back on this man very negatively. And since he's threatening legal action, he's certainly welcome to try with me here. I don't believe I've said anything defamatory. I've just been insulting you, which I'm well within my right to do. I do not like you. I find you to be a disgrace. I think your behavior is shameful, and you deserve to be insulted for everything you have done, everything you have said, and everything you continue to say. I cannot stand Vladimir Kramnik. That's really about it. So yeah. I've got good news and bad news, and I've always found it's better to get the bad news first. Just go raw and no rubber and hit you with the cold water right away. Force feed you the vegetables so that way the dessert tastes even better. The bad news, I'm about to show you an insufferable asshole, perhaps one of the most miserable people to listen to on the planet. The good news, he's about to be arrested. Let me introduce you to Johnny. Johnny is the epitome of turbo virgin. I know this word gets tossed around a lot, but he is a self-proclaimed incel and one of YouTube's most prolific stalkers/woman harassers. This goofy goober looks like if Raymundo from Rocket Power and Tommy Wiseau did a fusion dance and created the world's most socially inept asshole. Now, Johnny's whole shtick was he would wait outside of bars, clubs, and even parking garages, literally just fucking live in parking garages, until he saw the slightest hint of a human female nearby. And then he would get his phone out and start recording himself, following them, insulting them, and demanding they fuck him. And he'd follow them for what felt like miles. These videos would go on for so long, and always it would end up the same. Them threatening to get the authorities involved because they were literally scared for their lives around this guy because he was completely unhinged. And he continued this shit for about a year. I've known about his pitiful existence for quite some time, but just never really wanted to bring any attention to it for obvious reasons. But now, he pushed the envelope a bit too far and flew a bit too close to the sun, and his tiny little micro dick burned up. He actually assaulted a woman who defended herself from him. He pepper sprayed her, and it was after he instigated the entire conflict, and now that video has surfaced and the authorities have gotten involved and they're looking to arrest him and potentially charge him with assault with a deadly weapon, as well as a hate crime and the discharge of tear gas. The article also alleges that he was recently arrested after getting kicked out of a club with his friend, and while getting escorted out basically claimed white power and some other shit like that, which sounds par for the course for a fucking homunculus like this guy. Imagine evolving for millions upon millions of years and ending up like Johnny. What a bad fucking deal. Just an actual shit stain on the planet. But anyway, I'd like to show you the video that is going to lead to his arrest. What triggered it all here and started this chain reaction where finally it looks like he will no longer be terrorizing innocent people on the streets.
Can I hang out with you?
That guy just stole my car, so he's...
Where'd he go? Newport Coast? Huh? Can I hook up with you? What kind of vagina do you have? Is it an innie or an outie? Does it have beef curtains?
I'm gonna call the cops if you don't.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're annoying, dude.
Why are you calling me?
Because I wanna fuck.
That's his real voice, by the way. He's not putting on some kind of show. He's not playing a character. He genuinely sounds like one of the Looney Tunes character Inhaled Helium forever. It actually just sounds like he's making fun of a stereotypical incel demanding tendies from mommy. That is just his normal state of being. He does it unironically. Man's collected all the infinity stones of cringe and ascended to a level beyond pathetic. I'll go ahead and play the rest of the clip.
My fat ass cock is ready to get hard for you.
The cops are coming right
Why would you call the cops on me, bro? I'm just speaking.
It doesn't matter.
Fuck you, you little bitch, you little void. Oh, you little... Whoa, what's wrong with you? Chill out, chill out, chill out. Hey, chill out. Chill out. Chill out. You just kicked me in the balls. You back up. You back up. You back up. Throw that at me, you're gonna...
It's an absolute shame that he didn't lose his footing and fall down the stairs in front of him. I've never prayed so hard for shoelaces to malfunction in my life. So yeah, the guy's obviously a coward. He carries pepper spray because he'll push people to the absolute edge, and when they finally do, like, defend themselves, he'll just pepper spray them. Now, of course, there's almost zero people in the world that like this guy and can stand to be around him. I imagine even his own parents drink themselves into a dreamless slumber every single night, just regretting the day that they conceived this failure. But I did see on Twitter a couple of people blame the woman here, saying she assaulted him first. Now, of course, Twitter is just this disgusting cum dumpster of the most brain-rotted clowns imaginable, but I did want to at least talk about it. There's such a drastic difference between throwing a shoe after being verbally harassed for however many minutes before filming, because he was doing this even before he started filming. This is only a piece of the video. To be harassed that long and then just respond by throwing a shoe is completely different than getting fucking pepper sprayed. It just can't even be compared. That's like if a kid shot a spitball at you and you responded by hitting them with a sledgehammer. Pepper spray is hardcore. It's a legitimately painful experience from everyone I've ever known to be pepper sprayed. They have said it's the most painful thing they've ever experienced. Luckily, I haven't been pepper sprayed, but I know from what I've seen and the people that I know, that it is something that isn't just laughed off or something trivial. So it's just not even in the same ballpark. And she did it in what I consider to be self-defense. This was like 3 a.m., the witching hour, don't summon Freddy Fazbear at 3 a.m. kind of shit. Like, this is haunted. This guy is hanging out at a parking garage in the middle of the night, being fucking creepy and weird, saying things like my hard cock is ready for you and shit like that. You don't know what he's gonna do. That is a dangerous person. So to like get him away from you and throw a shoe, I think is like an appropriate response. And especially because he already proved you can't just walk away from the confrontation, because he had just previously followed a woman all the way to her car who was panicking, making up a story about having her car stolen and visibly uncomfortable and worried for her own fucking life. So her trying to scare him away like a pigeon on the beach was really like the only thing she could do to like diffuse the situation and make him stop. And then he responded by ruining his life with the pepper spray, because now he'll be arrested for it, and I cannot fucking wait. I think that is extremely exciting news that this guy is finally going to face some serious repercussions for this shit, because it's been going on for quite some time. He has a long history of doing this shit without remorse, and this is beyond deserved. I'd like to show you just one more clip that survived when his channel got nuked. This is just another example of the kind of shit that he would do on a regular basis.
Hey, are you single?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you single?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you think I'm hot?
Oh, I didn't say that.
You don't think I'm hot?
I can't even see you without my glasses.
Oh, really? Do you live here?
I don't even know
Do you want to hang out?
Probably not right now because I'm not even.
What are you going to do later? Sleep? Can I come sleep with you? You don't want a massage?
No, I'm good.
Luckily, she eventually escapes from the 7th circle of hell there, but this was his content. This is all he would do. He would just wait to find women pretty much anywhere, really, and make them as scared and uncomfortable as possible and film it. That was his entire existence. That was his whole purpose. And now it's finally over. Can finally breathe a nice sigh of relief. You won't accidentally see this man sitting on a fucking park bench somewhere and ruining your day. So I just wanted to share the both bad and good news here. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.